Hello, I am back today with something I am super stoked about. These are nail art brushes by UberChic Beauty. The UberChic Matte was the first thing of theirs, the first tool of theirs that I tried. And it was such great quality, and then I've tried their stampers and they're great too. So when I found out about these, I was really excited to see how these would be because, so stamping is my primary form of nail art, but I also like to do freehand work. So some of you may have seen my Inspired by Artists series that I did a while back. That requires really good brushes. And even if you're doing freehand nail art that's kind of a quick and easy design, you want to have good brushes to be able to allow you to do the best work that you can do. And so far, I haven't been extremely pleased with the brushes I found. They've been okay. But so I'm really excited to find out if these are going to work better. Now, there are 4 different brushes, so I don't know if these are going to be sold separately or what, but I'm going to show you all of them as though they're sold separately. First, they come in these, this plastic case is great, and I'm actually impressed by that. Most of my nail art brushes did not come with that, and so they have not been protected. But what I love even more is that, okay, well, look at the bling. These are little, I'm not sure how close you can see, but they're like little rhinestone gemstone things in there. So adorable. And then the case is blinged out with this little butterfly. Oh my gosh, I love it. She's really made an effort to make these really beautiful and something that, you'd be proud to have as a makeup brush in your purse, let alone, a nail art brush. But I love that they come with this, with lids. Why keep this when I got this awesome lid? Okay, so let me pull these out here. Okay, so let's take a closer look. So there are 4 brushes. This one is an outlining brush, and I'm going to actually show you a comparison with some of my other ones. So there's an outliner brush. This is a striping brush. Then we have a cleanup brush, which I think is so important no matter what kind of art you do. If you don't do freehand, but even when you're doing stamping and things, everybody, even if you don't do nail art, you need to get, the cleanup of the cuticles. So, and then we have the very, very fine detail fill-in brush. Okay, so let me show you what I have been using. Now, to be fair, this is an art brush that I got at Michael's, and this is a makeup brush that I got in a makeup kit. And this, of course, is the UberChic version here. So, let me show you a couple of things. First of all, look at how thin this UberChic one goes. It almost disappears. And that's going to be really, really important for getting into those cuticles. Another thing I want you to see here with this is this has a fair amount of give. It's a makeup brush, of course, and this has a lot of give. So I end up getting like little stray bits going places I don't necessarily want them to go. Look at how firm this is. Like, it doesn't even move when I'm doing this. I'm not pushing on hard because I don't want to ruin it. But, I mean, I'm using the same, I'll even show you, I'm using the same motion with all of them. And you can see these 2 move and this one doesn't. And that's going to be really important for when you're doing cleanup. So, like, for example, you can see that I try to get down in here, and I'm going to, as I'm trying to get in there, I'm going to risk getting in against the actual polish that I don't want to move. As opposed to with this, where I have this beautiful little edge, and it's going to make it a lot easier for me to get in there and clean that up where I want to clean it up without taking out the polish that I don't want to mess with. And you can see I have this for finer areas because I can press down and kind of get it there, but it's still a little bit renegade and questionable. So I'm really looking forward to playing with this, and I have a feeling this is going to be my new favorite cleanup brush. Okay, so then let me also show you. These are my other nail art brushes, and this isn't necessarily the fault of the brushes. What it's the fault of is that they don't come with lids. So this is what I want to show you is how cool, if you don't already know, it is to get these caps on these brushes, because this is because it ended up getting smushed against something in my case, and I try to protect them, but no matter what I do, they do end up getting a little bit, well, let's just call a spade. They're janky. I still use them. I still love them, but they've seen better days. And I think part of the issue is that they were never quite as good quality in the first place as well. So these bristles have a lot of give, except for this one, which is, this is really, honestly, this is the only one I really still use. out of these because I've been needing some new brushes. So that's one of the things I really love about the cap. All right, and I want to show you the quality. Again, this is obviously a newer brush, but I promise you, this one never never looked like this. And this one, you can see how when I rub against it, only the tip there is moving, and it's following, and it's a very fine, precise point. Nothing is sticking out. This has always had more give. So this gives you a lot more control. This is a higher quality brush that's going to give you really good control. You're going to rely on it and give you the exact line that you're going to want to get, as opposed to something that has more give. So this one is basically like the detailing brush that I use. And again, same thing. You can see that it's not moving so much, as you're getting a bend from all the way down here as opposed to just the top. So you're getting more control with this, better quality. And then let me show you finally a comparison with the fine detail or the fill-in brush. You can see that this one has more of a square tip and this one has more of a fine tip. You can see again, this one doesn't have movement, just like this one doesn't have as much movement. So this is one of the reasons why I'm still using this one. But it has always been a little bit more square. Now what I'll tell you is, now if I've got bigger areas to fill in, or if I want more of a square line, I'll probably be using this one. Whereas when I have those really teeny little edges that I want to fill in, I'm going to use this one. And this is really for reversed stamping. This is going to be killer, because sometimes you get those little teeny little detail areas that you want to get into, and this is going to allow me to do it better than this one, which I kind of have to finesse. So I really love the quality of these. I love how you don't get the crazy bristles sticking out everywhere. They look like they're going to hold together well. You've got the quality to start, and then the cap is going to make sure that your environmental influences don't mess that up. All right, so let's go test them out. Okay, I'm going to start with the cleanup brush because I think that's the one that's going to be the most relevant to the most people. And I'm using I always use straight acetone, and I just dip my brush in acetone. You can see I can get in there like a charm. Oh my goodness. I'm going to do that again just in case you couldn't see it the way I was doing it, because it's weird to do this and try to look through the camera at the same time. You see how beautifully that got in there? See how that gets in there? And again, I want to highlight for you, look at how tiny that brush is. Look at how close that gets without a problem. So that beveling that she's got there on that is really beautiful. And one more time, just to really bring the point home, look at how beautiful, how close that gets in there, so that I don't have to worry about messing up the nail polish that I don't want to mess up while I'm taking off the nail polish that I don't want to be there. And I've even got a little hangnail there, which is something that I have a problem with, and it got right around that without a problem. So that is amazing, and I'm telling you, I don't say this a lot, this is a must-have. This is a must-have if you do nail art. Run, get it now. Okay, let's take a look at the striper brush. I'm going to use Wet n Wild, who is ultraviolet, if you can read that there. I don't do a lot of striping. I'll usually stamp if I need big, straight, broad lines. Oh, and this is on my Uber mat, in case you're wondering. And this is why I love my Uber mat. I can throw whatever I want, wherever I want onto it, and it's not a problem. Oh, and if this looks weird to you, it's because I'm left-handed. So if you're like, what's happening right now? It's because I'm left-handed. So I can get this on my brush, and I do not have the steadiest of hands. Let me see if I can't do a little bit more justice to this. But you can see how precise that line is. Like, look at how thin I got that line. The other one I pressed too hard. That's user error, not brush error. You can see that the quality of the brush, it doesn't bend, it doesn't go all wonky. It'll give you that straight line and that control. Okay, let's take a look at this smaller detail brush and see what we can do with that. That does a really fine line. Check out how fine that line is. Really gorgeous, really fine. You could do a little smiley face. Boop. And that wouldn't be a problem. If I wanted to, you know, do like a squiggly line kind of thing, and do like a squiggly line kind of thing, I'm going to be able to do that. Beautiful. You can see the brush moves well as I'm striping it down. It doesn't go all crazy. So we got good quality there. And I really want to stress, don't look at how perfect my lines are, because that's not going to happen as I've got a camera in front of me and everything else is going on and I'm at weird angles. But focus on how beautifully the brush is moving, how you get that control. You're not seeing it go all wonky, it's staying true. All right, so the last thing I want to show you is using this smaller detail brush, which you can also use for nail art, but I want to show you, this is the one I would use to fill in reversed stamping. And so right now I am using Zoya Amal, if you can read that, from their Holiday Matte collection. And I stamped a poinsettia using Zoya Honor and the UberChic Beauty Christmas 01 plate. Let me see, make sure I get the light right. Look at that. I can get in there and get that point just right. Way up into the tip top. And it's not going to be a problem. And on some of my LED lighting that I've done lately, I have had a problem getting into those little areas. So this makes me extremely happy that this tiny little point is going to be able to do that for you. And I'm going to do one more. I'm going to scooch the camera to get the best possible angle, and I'm going to show you on this little one right up in here. Look at that. You can get right in there, right into the very tip, right up against the leaf. And you're not going to have a problem getting perfectly detailed designs with this. So these are gorgeous quality brushes, top notch. You are not going to have any problem in terms of quality. They all come with these gorgeous cases that are going to help keep the brush protected, and they're beautiful. I mean, who wouldn't want to own that? That's adorable with all that bling. So I would say if you do freehand nail art at all, you probably want all of these. If you do things like LED lighting, reverse stamping, you're definitely going to want to get this fine detail one. And if you do your nails at all, period, end of story, you want this cleanup brush because it's gorgeous and it's going to work so beautifully for you. Okay, I will have all the information as usual in the description box down below. Naked nail! In the description box down below. And thanks for watching.